everyone, welcome to our group. My name is Chen and I'm the host of the podcast. Today we also have two guests. Let's welcome Maggie and Renxian.
Thanks, Chen. We are glad to join today's podcast.
Okay, today we will explore a key question in marketing, how to design consumer experience. We will also think about how some ideas related to the UN's Sustainable Development Goals. Let's start with real channel, the physical side for retail. What really makes consumer experience meaningful here? Maggie?
In physical retail, consumer experience is holistic. It involves cognition, emotion, senses, and social interaction. For example, Sephora designs stores where customers can touch and test products, interact with advisors, and join workshops. This creates not only a shopping trip, but also a learning and social experience.
Great. What about your idea, Renxian?
I think distribution choices shape experience as well. Coca-Cola's intensive distributions ensures that it's available everywhere. Supermarkets, vending machines, and gas stations that communicates accessibility and convenience. By contrast, Tesla's selective distribution through showrooms creates different messages, which are exclusivity and high involvement. Both strategies influence consumer perception and loyalty in their own way.
That's clear. Real channels design experience through environment and distribution choice. So how can physical retail and distribution contribute to the SDGs?
I think IKEA is a good example. They use their stores not just to sell, but to educate consumers about sustainable living, like showcasing solar panels, LED lighting, and recycled furniture. They also use renewable energy trucks for logistics. This supports SDG 12 through encouraging consumers to buy responsibly, and SDG 13 climate action by cutting carbon emissions.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I have a different case that is an approach from Starbucks. They emphasize ethical sourcing of coffee beans, which supports SDG 8, which is decent work and economic growth by improving farmers' livelihoods. At the same time, their push for reusable cups aligns with SDG 12 by reducing waste. Consumers don't just enjoy coffee, they feel their purchase contributes to fair work and sustainability. In Melbourne, we don't just necessarily choose Starbucks when buying coffee because there are many cafes that serve better coffee quality than Starbucks. However, these coffee shops can learn these two things from Starbucks.
Yeah, we know you're a coffee lover, Maggie. That's a good example, but what about when experience move into virtual space? How is a consumer experience different in the metaverse compared to the real channels?
I think the metaverse is one of the hottest topics right now. It emphasizes immersion and interactivity. For example, Nike Land on Roblox created a digital playground. Consumers could play video games, socialize, and enjoy avatars with Nike products. This makes the brand part of entertainment and community, not just consumption.
Yeah, the luxury brand Gucci also explore exclusivity in the metaverse. In their virtual museum, users could buy digital-only Gucci items. It replicated the luxury feeling in a new format, scarce, unique, and socially valuable. This shows how even in digital space, exclusivity still matters.
So metaverse channels rely on more about immersions, creativity, and community. Now let's go deeper for the same questions. The metaverse sounds exciting, but how does it connect to the sustainability? Does it helpful or harmful?
It's hard to say whether it's good or harmful. On the positive side, the metaverse could reduce waste. For example, virtual try-ons in fashion reduce returns. Brands like Zara and H&M use AR or VR to help customers see how clothes fits before they buy. This cuts down on shipping, packaging, and unsold inventory. That's directly linked to the SDG 12. Meanwhile, there are some challenges. Running a metaverse requires huge server farms, and VR devices consume energy. That raises questions for SDG 13 climate action. Also, not all consumers could afford VR equipment and a fast internet. If only wealthier consumers can join, then the metaverse could increase inequity, which is a problem for SDG 10, I think.
Great, your answer is comprehensive. What about when companies try to integrate real and metaverse channels? What do you think about challenges do they face?
I think the biggest challenge is consistency. Consumers expect the same price, the same quality, and the same service across all channels. Many retailers still fail to align their online and offline channels. So adding a metaverse layer makes it even more complicated. And another issue is cost, which is restaurants. For example, gaining exposure by joining food delivery apps, but the high commission fees hurts profits. Similarly, building a metaverse presence is expensive. It requires a new technology, creative content, and constant maintenance. But there are some solutions. Zara integrates online and offline inventory. Customers can order online and pick up in stores way. This reduces overproduction and logistics emissions, supporting SDG 12. And imagine extending that into the metaverse. Consumers could test demand virtually before products are made, which saves resources.
That's a great example. Integration is not only about technologies, but also about strategy and responsibility. Let's move on. What roles does omnichannel strategy play in designing consumer experience?
Oh, I think the omnichannel means creating a seamless journey across touchpoints. Still in Nike, customers use the Nike app to reserve products, pick them up in store, or scan items in physical stores to check stock online. The digital and physical channels are fully connected, making the experience smooth and personalized. That's a well-established case of omnichannel retail.
Yeah, by the way, studies showed omnichannel consumers are more loyal. Retention can reach as high as 89%, but the challenge is that very few companies, only about 3%, have connected their online and offline data fully. Without integration, the consumer journey feels fragmented.
So omnichannel is powerful but high standards, and it connects to SDG 9 by building smarter systems and to SDG 12 by reducing inefficiencies. Now let's think about some strategies. What approach can influence customer experience?
I would say push strategy. It relies on sales teams and promotions to move products into stores. For example, P&G uses push tactics so that their products can always be visible in supermarkets. The experience here is convenient and available.
Yeah, I agree with Maggie, but pull strategy is also worth considering. They focus on creating demand directly with consumers. Apple is another classic example. Before every iPhone launch, their marketing builds hype, so people line up outside stores. This creates excitement, anticipation, and loyalty.
So pull strategy shapes experience through visibility, while pull strategy shapes it through desire. But smart company will combine them both. They ensure products are accessible but also emotionally desired. Finally, let's talk about vertical integration. How does controlling more of the value chain affect consumer experience?
I want to take Netflix as example here. By producing its own content, it ensures exclusivity and consistent quality. This makes the consumer experience richer because subscribers get unique shows they can't find anywhere else.
Yeah, I like to talk about Apple. By owning its retail stores, it controls the environment completely from product presentation to customer service. This will ensure a consistent brand experience and supports SDG 12 as well by enabling responsible supply chain management.
So vertical integration provides consistency and innovation, but it also increases responsibility. If a company controls more of the chain, it must take more responsibility for sustainable and ethics. It seems designing consumer experience today requires more than convenience. And real and metaverse channels are not competitors, they are partners in supporting global goals like SDGs. Today's podcast is wonderful. Finally, I would like to thank the two guests again for their sharing.
Yeah, you're welcome. We enjoy it very much. Thanks for your invitation.
Yeah. Hi guys, today is our first group discussion. I'm Ren Xian. Our group is divided into two subgroups. One group is going to design the activity part, and the other one is going to design the podcast part. And I'm the host and the leader of the podcast part. I'm going to design and distribute specific contents in this part. And I hope everyone can cooperate smoothly and enjoy the whole process.
Hi, my name is Chen Zhou. You have me Chen. I'm very glad to be part of this group. I'm responsible for design questions, editing dialogues, and the script for the podcast. For this project, my vision is that we not only complete our tasks, but also learn how to design a consumer experience. I hope my group can collaborate effectively, combine our different ideas, and finally create an engaging and insightful presentation.
Hi, my name is Yiga Zhao. My role will be one of the virtual guests, and I will also be responsible for filming and video editing through this team project. I hope that each member will be able to apply their own strengths and work effectively together. And communication and interaction will play a vital role since we come from different cultural backgrounds, different linguistic backgrounds. Although language may present a certain challenge, we will make a collective effort to communicate more effectively and achieve the best possible outcome.
Hey, Darren, what are you doing?
Hi, I'm preparing the class activity. I hope the class on next week will participate and enjoy and have fun. Hopefully learn something.
Okay.
Hey, my name is Zhou Ruan, and I'm responsible for the content design, and I hope we can complete the group assignment successfully and smoothly.
That sounds great.
Hi, I'm Yi Qing. I'm responsible for the PowerPoint design, and I hope we can have a good cooperation when we work together.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Nora. I'm working for content design. I hope after our presentation, everyone can have a better comprehension of consumer experience.
We divided in two small groups, and two leaders, Rungshin and Darren, were starting planning the goals for each group. Then two leaders assigned tasks to each team member. We went through our planning and making an efficient discussion for the video filming and writing work.